y'all. K Divine coming back with another quick message. I'm sorry, like, excuse my face. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm getting, like, all this acne and things, like, big bumps. But just ignore those. I just want to do a quick PSA. And this one's really going to be quick. Because it don't need to take up a lot of time. I've been seeing a lot of content throughout social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, with a lot of people talking about how, like, chosen people right now, a lot of chosen people are homeless and broke right now. I'm in that boat. Like I've been very honest with you guys about, staying with my ex, and he is helping me out. Now, there is some stuff that I feel like is a little wonky with some of the things that some of these people are saying. Now, there are certain things I agree with and certain things I don't. One, I do fully believe that chosen people are going to have harder times working regular jobs. You're just not built for it. You were meant to be creative. You were meant to be doing your own thing. You were meant to work for yourself. You're supposed to have, or work in a family business or something else. You're not really supposed to be working for corporations and companies and stuff like that. Like, we're really not built for that. However, we live in a society where, in order for you to be able to do the things that you need to do, you have to have some source of income. And if you've been struggling to get a job, I totally get it. Like, this is the first I've been putting in, listen to me when I tell you, I've literally been putting in job applications for years. I've gotten so many rejection letters. Even before I lost my job back in December of last year, I was putting in job applications well during the time, like, while I was on maternity leave with my daughter in 2023. And throughout that time, I did, for a while, I did briefly stop doing applications just because I was so tired and I just could not focus on putting in applications all the time. But, like, I was putting in applications for a long time, even to the point where I put in an application, I promise you, like, over a year and a half ago. And I checked my email, and one of the emails I don't use anymore, or I don't use often, I should say. And I saw that a job reached out to me back in, like, August. And, or like, or was it? Yeah, it was in August. And and they were like, we just wanted to reach out to you about your recent application. I'm like, recent? I put that application in forever ago. And y'all are just now getting back to me. Like, when I tell, it was over a year. And, they sent me, like, a follow-up email, like, a few days later, and it was like, like, it's a last. I'm like, if it took y'all this long to get to me, fuck y'all. Like, and I mean, I missed the email because I wasn't looking at that email anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I want you to understand something. Like, the position that I took, it's not something that I would have done. I wouldn't have gone to initially, but I'm actually kind of excited about it because it's different, and it's a different change of pace for me. But I want to just let you know something. Like, even if you're looking for a job right now, I totally get it. Do what you have to do to take care of you and your family. Because I saw one content creator, and I'm not knocking him for this, but he was like, yeah, getting a job will be, help you to be financially independent, but it's not going to help you in the long run or something like that. And I was like, that's not necessarily true, because the money that you make could possibly help fund the things that you need. Because it's like, for me right now, I'm like, there are a lot of things that I'm trying to do. It's like, there's certain equipment that I want. Like, I want to get a camera eventually. I need to get a new laptop. I need, I gotta get my own place again. So it's like, and then I gotta pay to keep the lights on in there, because this is not a permanent solution, and it's like, we live in a society where you have to have some sort of income to function in this society. That's just the way it works. So if you're struggling, that's totally valid, because a lot of people are struggling right now. A lot of people are dealing with homelessness or near homelessness. A lot of people are dealing with food scarcity. Like, it's scary out here. And I don't want you to feel like just because you need to go get a job so that you can help support yourself, that you're doing something inherently wrong. You're not. Okay, we all have things we have to do, especially if we're taking care of other people. Like, like I have a daughter. Y'all seen her before. I talk about her all the time. I have to help support my baby, and not having any income right now isn't helping. That doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing the things that I want to do to become who I want to be. And yes, the job is going to take away from me being able to have the freedom that I've had over these last few months building this platform and all of that. However, but because I've already put in the work to make all the videos that I've made, and I've got the followers. Thank you so much for all my new subscribers. I really appreciate y'all. The channel is growing. I'm loving to see it. But it's like, it's not going to stop me from doing it. I may not have as much time because I'm not going to be able to just stop in the middle of my work day to um go and run and do a video. I might be able to once in a while I'm taking a break or something, but for the most part I got to focus on doing my job, especially this first month or so, because I'll be in training and I'm not going to be at the store that I'm working at, so I'm kind of weary about it, but I'm going to be okay. But I want you guys to know, like, if you need to work to help pay bills because you don't have family or you don't have anyone that you can rely on or anything like that, there's nothing wrong with working. I don't care if you're door dashing, if you're doing Amazon Flex, or if you do go get a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself. It is taxing. It's spiritually taxing, and I know it's gonna suck, especially even though you've been struggling. Like, I'm not really looking forward to having a clock in every day. I'm not. I don't want to have to do that, but it's like, it's necessary because I need to be able to provide for myself right now and for my daughter. And I would much rather have something while I'm building than be sitting here, like, waiting. And plus, I feel kind of bad in a way. Like, I know my ex is helping a lot, but it's like, I want to be able to contribute something back to him. At least help pay for, at least the electricity, and, at least help pay a little bit on the rent. Um, Something, help with the stuff for my daughter. Hell, like, it's just crazy. I know I feel weird just because it's like, this is the first time in my life where I've been in a position like this. Like, I've never not had a job, never not had my own stuff. So being in this position is very weird. But this isn't the end. It's gonna get better. You gonna make it out the mud. Okay, you're gonna make it out the mud. And as you're moving forward, just remember, like, just keep picking yourself up and going forward every day. It might get hard. It's gonna definitely be hard because you're doing things the right way. You're doing things the right way. You're not lying, scamming, cheating people. You're not doing any of that stuff. You're doing it the right way. But what I will say is that if you've been without a job for a while and you're re-entering the workforce, here's a little bit of advice. You learned your lesson the first time with how them folks treat you. Go in that job and do your job and go home. Separate the business from the personal. Like I told y'all a couple videos ago, like, I already decided, like, I'm not friending any of these people on social media. I'm not I'm not trying to exchange phone numbers and be texting people complaining about the job. It's cool to have good work relationships with your coworkers. That's good. But you're not gonna be socializing with them like that anyways, because if they start gossiping and all that, you're gonna have to separate yourself. Like, I gotta go do this, yeah. And they may not like you. That's all right. Just go in there and do your work. But if it ever becomes toxic again, this time you know when to walk away. And because you were okay the last time, you're gonna be okay the next time. Okay. But if it ever becomes like it was the first time, if it starts looking like how you were feeling in your last position, if they start mobbing you, if they start bullying you, ridiculing you, micromanaging you, you start making your exit plan immediately. You've already been through all of that. So go into it with a good headspace. I know that working it's tough, but hey, we gotta pay bills, and that's just what it is right now. Although, like I said before in my one of my previous videos, like you're not starting over, you're starting from experience. So you understand what you're doing. Okay? You got this. All right. I love you. I'll talk to y'all later.